everyone, it's Shannon Rose, and this is my dad, and today we're going to be doing a little Q&A. You guys asked us some questions over on Instagram stories, and we're going to be answering them. Are you ready?
Yes.
So this one is from Kelly, and she says, what's your dad's favorite memory of you and him? What's your favorite memory of like you and I together? Can you remember any?
Yeah, I think when you were little, we had some pretty good memories. Snow skiing, water skiing, camping together.
Oh, I love camp. Those are like my favorite memories are camping. That was really fun. Do you remember the time that you took me on a black diamond when I was really little?
Yes.
You want to tell them the story? I'm like so scared to go down black diamonds now. Where was that? Was that Mammoth?
Mammoth.
Mammoth, yeah. And how old do you think I was?
Probably 6, 7.
Yeah, maybe I was like 6 or 7 years old. And what did you think? Like, oh, I'll take her down the black diamond?
Well, she skied pretty good, so I figured she could traverse down, but it was a little steeper than what we thought it was.
I literally like started taking off and I couldn't stop because it's so steep. And I ended up like, I just remember you saying like, lay down, lay down. Like he was trying to tell me to lay down, but I couldn't hear him. And I was like, you know, terrified. And I just kept going until eventually I ran into the back of some lady's ski and we just both tumbled. But yeah, that's what I remember about that Mammoth trip. Did you ever take me on a black diamond again after that?
No, I think we stuck with the bunny hills.
That's so funny. All right, let's see. Hanson Meg says, what is your favorite fruit and vegetable?
Fruits, I love mangoes. I think I like all the fruits. I mean, watermelon, cantaloupe, they're all good. Bananas. And vegetables, asparagus is probably one of my favorites.
Is it? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I really like mango. That's like one of my favorite fruits. And pineapple, I like too.
Yes.
Pineapple a lot. Okay, so Hanson Meg also has another question. She says, what would a dream day look like for you? Like, what's your dream day?
Oh boy, that could be a lot. A dream day, I guess it would be to try to be with all my kids, like camping or up at Buena Vista with the boat and just having a great day and having a good time.
Yeah, that would be a perfect day for me too. That would be so fun. We should do it.
Yep.
Yeah. What is something you are scared of?
What I'm scared of?
Yeah, something that you're scared of.
I don't know. I'm not too scared of that much. I guess getting older, you know, you change a little. That's a good question.
He ain't scared of shit. He's clearly not scared of anything, or at least that he could think of. If you can change one thing about your life, what would it be? It can't be money or helping others.
I think it'd be an education.
Ooh, good one.
Definitely.
And tell them why.
I don't know. I don't think when I was growing up with 5 kids that my parents really didn't see that I wasn't getting the education I should have. And then at an early age, I got in the service, and I don't know. I just wish I could have changed it and really got a good education where I could have got a better job, you know, even with fire department or police department or something else. But the education would have been really important for me.
Yeah. So you wish you would have like gone to college then?
Definitely. Well, I did go to college, junior college, but you know, to finish it and really
like a bachelor's degree or something like that. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Connie says, when did your parents divorce?
Oh, I was in the service.
How old were you, do you think?
Probably 18.
Oh, wow.
18.
So you were older when your parents got divorced.
Yes.
Connie also says, did your dad help raise you?
No, I don't think so. Well, my dad did help raise us. I shouldn't say that till I got into the service. And that's when my parents ended up getting a divorce. But yes, he did. He did a lot when we were kids.
Ethe says, is your dad also born and raised in LA, or are you from somewhere else?
No, I'm born and raised in beautiful downtown Burbank.
I love it. Bruce says, can you talk about how you built the pirate ship? It is so cool.
Yeah, that was a kind of a wham. I saw a pirate ship and started thinking about maybe building something, and honestly went online to look at different things, and I don't know, I just kind of started getting lumber and throwing things together, and it came together. I mean, it was fun, you know, doing it. I think I would change a lot of things if I built another one today, but it's there.
It's amazing. People literally drive by the street right here and stop and take pictures. Some people knock on his door and ask to come see it in their backyard. That is like literally the coolest coolest thing, I think, one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen you build is that treehouse for the grandkids. It's amazing.
It's for the grandkids.
Yeah, that is awesome. No questions, but I love how he goes all out for Halloween.
Yes, Halloween, we had a great time this year.
Sarah says, what is the best memory of Shannon when she was little? Well, you kind of already answered that, right?
Yeah.
And then Sarah also says, best advice you have ever shared with Shannon. Oh, can I answer that
Sure.
one? Okay. And then you can, if you have another one, you can tell me. But the best advice my dad always told me growing up when I was little is because I had a hard time growing up. I had a lot of mental health issues. I was in and out of psychiatric hospitals, and I would get really sad, and I would call my dad crying and just tell him I'm so sad for no reason, and he would always tell me, you just got to stay positive. Just be positive, right? You would always tell me that.
Exactly.
So I think that's like some of the best advice you gave me. Always Sally says, what is one of your favorite trips with Shannon?
Favorite trip?
Was it the Bahamas trip?
Yeah.
Oh my God, we were talking about at the fire last night. I did a whole story time on how... Oh, he's okay. This is Oakley, my dad's puppy. He's 5 months and he's the cutest little bub. Last night, we were sitting around the campfire just laughing hysterically because my dad and I went on this trip to the Bahamas. Like, we took a cruise and we went snorkeling, and I just remember him pulling out his snorkel. We had to come above the water and we were like gonna talk to each other, and he pulls out his snorkel and he's got this huge smile on his face and he's just having the time of his life, and I'm looking at him, and then I noticed something like kind of dark right here, and I'm like looking and I'm like, Dad, where's your tooth? And like his front tooth is fully missing, and he's got this huge smile and he's laughing, and I'm like about to drown in the water because I'm laughing so hard. I think that he thought I was joking, but I wasn't. He thought I was joking. I'm like, Dad, your tooth is gone. And then once he realized his front tooth was missing, if you would have seen his face, you would have died. I did a whole story time on my main channel. You guys will have to check it out, but that was a really fun trip until he lost his front tooth.
We still had a good time.
It was a blast. That was a really fun trip. I loved going on cruises. Like those were fun trips with you. Okay. Dina says, do you have any regrets in raising Shannon?
No regrets. I don't think at all.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What is the next one? Ooh, Allie says, do you have any new projects that you want to build? You're so talented.
Yeah, if I got into a bigger house, I would love to do a zip line.
Ooh, yep. That's fun.
Definitely. And I'd like to do a train around the property.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be so cool. We need to do that one of these days. Okay, the next question is, not sure if Missy questions are off limit, but I would love to hear his perspective on what you thought about Missy.
Whoa.
Psycho.
Yeah, I don't think I'll answer that.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to either. How did you feel when you found out that I did porn?
That was a little tough.
Yeah.
That was hard. I think any father would say the same thing. You know, it's something that, you know, you go through, and it's very hard at the first, and then, you know, you finally say, okay, that's her decision and that's what she wants to do. You don't really have a choice. I mean, you can't take her and spank her and say no. It's tough. It really is.
Yeah, I think that would be hard for like any parent, you know, to find out. When you raise your kids, you want them to be like doctors or lawyers or like something that you know that they're going to be successful, and he probably didn't want me to have like that stigma, you know, behind me and, you know, all those things. So yeah, it's definitely a hard thing, but thankfully I've changed my life around and I'm a totally different person, and now I'm able to use my past and my background to help other people and inspire them.
Right.
And I have good stories to tell now from that lifestyle. Do you have any ghost stories? Any good ghost stories?
Ghost stories?
Yeah.
Oh, believe it or not, we stayed at Shannon's house, and this is the truth.
Yeah.
We stayed out in her little guest house, and the people that lived there before said the place was haunted. Mm-hmm. You know how you kind of laugh and say, oh, yeah, sure. But we slept there, and I had an experience, no lie, that somebody went over the top of me, and it just was the weirdest feeling I've ever had, experienced. And I mean, I'm being very truthful, and I don't know, to this day, you know, was it a feeling that, you know, you woke up and thought? But no, it was true. It was really something that went over the top of me, like somebody's body.
That is so creepy.
It is.
And scary. All right, let's see. What other questions? I gotta go back and refresh. Is there anything you want to just like tell people, or do you have any like cool story or like something something interesting you did when you were a kid?
Oh, I think we all did stuff that, today we look back and kind of think, oh, I can't believe I did that. But things are different today, I think, when we were kids.
Like what? Like what's different?
Well, today kids are on their computers and doing stuff and phones, and, we didn't have any of that. When we went out and, played ball or played in the street or, just did some stupid things sometimes, but, we had fun. It was a total different era when we grew up.
Yeah, it was way different than it is now. Hanson Meg says, do you struggle with any mental health issues, and if so, how do you cope?
No, I guess I'm very fortunate. I've never had really anything that I know of.
Do you think your parents had any mental health issues at all? Like depression or?
I don't know. I think my mom, when my dad, I was going through the divorce, I think she had some issues.
Like depression or?
Yeah, I honestly do think that she had. I wasn't home, at the time, but I think, she went through a major thing with my dad.
Yeah. Adore Me, sorry, I might be butchering your name. Does Travis ever get on your nerves sometimes?
Listen, Travis is a great guy, a very good father. Anybody will get on your nerves, doing certain things. He likes to take his time, very meticulous, and if you drive with him, you will see. Very cautious, drives very slow sometimes. In the snowmobile, but he's a great guy.
Yeah, he is. BTYC says, what did he think you would grow up to be job-wise as a kid?
Well, I thought you were going to be a nurse.
Okay, yeah.
And then I thought, we talked about a nurse anesthetist or whatever.
A nurse anesthetist?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And things change.
Yeah, and not a nurse. But we were talking about this last night, and I thought, if I wasn't doing what I'm doing now, which I love what I do, I'm so grateful and fortunate that this is my job. This is literally the coolest dream job ever. When I was growing up, this job didn't exist. So I didn't even know I'd be able to do social media for a job. And we're so lucky because we're trying to be really smart with our money and invest in real estate and properties so that, eventually when, I don't know, nobody wants to watch me any longer, I'm not cool to watch or entertaining anymore, I'll have that. But if I were to do something else, I would love to be a psychiatrist. I think that would be something that I would, if I had to have another job and do it all over again, I think a psychiatrist, because I'm very into helping people and wanting to always diagnose people, and my family's you can't diagnose people, you're not a doctor, Shannon, but I always want to do that, and I always helping others, especially with mental health. I have a soft spot because I dealt with that so much growing up, and it was so horrible to deal with, and I feel people that don't have those issues don't really know what it's like to go through that, and so it makes me want to help other people. So I think if I had to do another job, that's something I would do. Growing up, all the doctors and psychiatrists and stuff, when I would have my health issues, they thought I was, what did you think they diagnosed me with?
Well, bipolar.
By how many doctors said I was bipolar?
A lot.
Isn't that so crazy?
It is.
And what was it like growing up and having to deal with somebody that had mental health issues?
It's hard. I think it's really hard on the parents. In and out of hospitals, phone calls in the middle of the night when, being at the hospital, worrying about what, she's doing. Yeah, it's tough. It really is. We're very fortunate how things turned out.
Yeah. And did you ever think that you were gonna get a call one night that I was dead?
Oh, definitely. Especially when you had your car accident. That was really bad. Plus, there was times that they did call us and said, you were here, you were there, and setting garages on fire. I mean,
I can't believe you remember that. Oh
Yes.
my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So overall, as I'm sure people want to know, what was it like raising me? Was I just a wild, out of control?
No, you were, a wonderful kid, and you did a lot of good stuff, and it's just mainly in your teenage years that you started. Mm-hmm. But before that, you were a great little kid playing softball, soccer, basketball. You did all the sports and did very well at it. Mm-hmm. And you were always good at home. Your grades were good. It's just certain things kick in later on in life, and boom, who knew?
That sweet little child went wild. All right, let me see if there's any other questions. There's going to be so many more questions that come in because it's only been 4 hours since I asked, but that's okay. We'll see if there's any more. Almost done. Yeah, there's a lot of people asking, how did you feel about me being in the adult entertainment industry? He just thought it was hard, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Are you glad that I'm out now?
Oh, definitely.
What would you think if I was still doing it now? Would you be like, Shannon, you gotta...
I don't know. God. I wouldn't even want to think about that.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't. Brilliant. All right, I think that's it for the questions. I hope that we answered all of your questions. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Dad, for coming on and doing a video with us. If you guys have any more questions or you want to see more videos with my dad, let us know down in the comment section below. Thank you again so much for watching. I'm sending you all my love and all my positive energy, and I hope to see you in my next video. Mwah.